So many different great things. Where is he? Come on up here, Elon. He created the first major American car company in generations, and his rocket company is the only reason we can now send American astronauts into space. Come here. Take over, Elon. Yes, take over.
Hi, everyone.
Hi friends, welcome back. So Elon Musk kept his word and showed up at the Donald Trump rally today. That was in Butler, Pennsylvania. I want to share my thoughts on this thing, and I want to get yours as well. So have a listen to this.
As you can see, I'm not just MAGA, I'm dark MAGA. Well, first of all, I want to say what an honor it is to be here. And, you know, the true test of someone's character is how they behave under fire. And we had one president who couldn't climb a flight of stairs, and another who was fist pumping after getting shot. Fight, fight, fight! Blood coming down the face.
So that was Elon again with Trump. Guys, it really did happen. I know I keep sort of like pinching myself. Is this really reality that we live in? But it is. And, you know, this is kind of a long running, how you could say, campaign or transformation that we've seen from Musk go from, you know, CEO to focusing on his companies to suddenly just really getting into politics, buying a social media company. And now he's on stage with, you know, a presidential candidate. And I kind of wonder myself if Elon's going to run for governor of Texas someday. I really do wonder that, as I mentioned that before. There's a couple concerns I have about this, and I also want to say some nice things as well, because I'm a nice guy. First, Elon does stress, and this is sort of the main purpose of the thing that he gave at Donald Trump's rally, was register to vote and get out to vote. I completely agree. Regardless of, you know, which candidate you like, which issues that you support, just go vote. That's democracy. Go vote.
And a lot of people think maybe their vote doesn't count. Well, it does. Okay? It does. It matters. And this election could be decided by 1,000 votes, 500 votes. A tiny margin.
The one thing, though, that I am find concerning about it, right? So one, go vote, is that I just hope, regardless of what happens in the election, that we can just agree, hey, there's a winner, there's a loser, end of the election. And you know, if your side lost, that's just what happens. Sometimes you don't always win everything in a democracy. Sometimes you lose. Come back in 4 years, get a better candidate, try again.
Like, text people now. Now. And then make sure they actually do vote. If they don't, this will be the last election. That's my prediction. Nothing's more important. Nothing's more important.
What I find concerning, though, and I'm sure you guys know this, the last election time around, Donald Trump would refuse to acknowledge that he lost, and he just went around the country and tried several court cases, etc., lost all those, and basically spread misinformation, and it's a real problem. Unfortunately, now that he's pairing up with Mr. Elon Musk at the rally sort of brought that stuff into question, like, you know, just basically gaslighting people and be like, oh, if you don't vote and we don't win, this could be the last election ever. Oh no, like that kind of stuff. And I honestly, guys, I find that really concerning, that kind of talk. And again, this goes back to just democracy, right? Register to vote, go vote. If you lose, you lost, right? Come back again in 4 years. Don't be causing violence. Don't be spreading lies and stuff like that.
You see these numbers every day, but for us to hear, we'll give you $3 million.
Yeah, it sounded extremely, we thought they were crazy. Like, why would they do that?
It was literally like, these people are insane.
They obviously do not realize we're sleeping in the office.
In fact, when they did fund us, they realized that we were illegal immigrants.
Well, I mean,
yes, we were.
I'd say it was a gray area.
Yeah, yes, we were. We were illegal immigrants. We were sleeping in the office. We didn't have a car. We had one car, but the wheel kept falling off.
But, well, actually, yeah, the wheel.
It's really hard to know what's true anymore because there's so much fake stuff out there. Yes, it's true. We've had, rumors in the past. We've had conspiracy theories in the past, but today with the way social media is, and now we have this AI technology and all of these kind of things, it's like much easier to create fake people, fake comments. Now you can create, videos with like candidates, and this is something that Elon Musk does. He'll make a video of like Kamala Harris, and it'll have her speaking things that she didn't say using AI, generated voices and images, this kind of stuff. Tweet out pictures that aren't real, and it's a massive problem. They're going to claim, oh guys, this is all free speech. I can say whatever I want, whenever I want. But I'll just give you a simple example that I mentioned before on the channel, but this is a real thing. One of the big problems on actually YouTube/Twitter/X is that you have these nefarious actors, and who knows where they are. They create these sort of fake videos of Elon Musk asking for crypto and send a bunch of money to this particular address. And some people fall for this kind of stuff. That was like the biggest fraud/scam this year, and I saw that was reported by I think it was the FTC, that was saying like, oh my God, this is like a major issue. Unfortunately, it's only going to get worse. Moreover, not just, I'm just talking about crypto scams like that, but it's going to be like through everything, right? Be it our financial markets, be it our daily lives, etc. Is like we won't know what to believe anymore.
Tesla gets a lot of regulatory oversight on the automotive front, and we're subject to, I think, over 100 regulatory agencies domestically and internationally. It's a lot. You could fill this room with all the regulations that Tesla has to adhere to for automotive. Same is true in for rockets, and for currently the limiting factor for SpaceX for Starship launch is regulatory approval. The FAA has actually given their approval, but we're waiting for Fish and Wildlife to finish their analysis and give their approval. That's why I posted, I want to buy a fish license on, which also refers to the Monty Python sketch.
Yeah.
Like, why do you need a license for your fish? I don't know. But according to the rules, I'm told you need some sort of fish license or something. We effectively need a fish license to launch a rocket.
And it's these kind of things to where, be it a Musk or a Trump, these people are like, oh, I hate the government. I hate regulations, right? Basically what they're trying to say is I want to be able to commit whatever crimes, tell whatever lies, and face no consequences for that.
Nonetheless, we were forced to kidnap a seal, strap it to a board, put headphones on the seal, and play sonic boom sounds to it to see if it would be distressed. This is an actual thing that happened. This is actually real. I have pictures.
I would love to see this. Yeah. There's a seal with headphones.
Yes, it's a seal with headphones strapped to a board. And like the amazing part is how calm the seal was.
Yeah.
Because if I was a seal, I'd be like, this is the end. They're definitely going to eat me.
Yeah.
How will the seal, when a seal goes back to other, its seal friends, how's he going to explain that?
They're never going to believe him.
Never going to believe it. And that's why I'm like, well, it's sort of like, it's like getting kidnapped by aliens and getting an anal probe, You come back and say, I swear to God, I got kidnapped by aliens and they stuck an anal probe in my butt. And people are like, no, they didn't. That's ridiculous.
Or you hear there's like these weird story, and weird in like not a good way, of like Elon, I guess, walks around the office and asks women at work, would you like to have my babies? That kind of stuff. Like, it's really inappropriate. And so, it's like this stuff that we have to go through all the time is so crazy, and it's crazy that people like still buy into it. And I kind of I get where, not kind of, but I get where they're coming from. Like, there's people out there that are like, oh, everyone's trying to hold me down, and look at these billionaires and the people trying to hold them down too, and I'm going to believe in them. And the thing that I always find so strange is if you are indeed a billionaire, be it Musk or Trump, how could you possibly claim that you are a victim? You're born rich, you get billions of dollars, you're clearly at the top of the system, and how can you possibly claim that you're a victim, and you appeal to all of these people who are at the bottom of the system, and yet they believe in you? And that part I find particularly egregious. We're just talking about facts, guys, and that stuff is so bizarre to me. But again, people are free to believe what they like. However, I just hope whatever happens in this election, that whoever wins, whoever loses, that we just have a peaceful transition, and you know, don't go on hating each other all the time. That's one thing I try to, you know, whenever I do these kind of videos, is just speak with facts and some reasonability. And honestly, guys, we can get along. Just sometimes you got to put down the Twitters and you know, get out in the world and realize that, like, hey, if I get outside, go for a jog, go to the park, you know, go see some sunshine and flowers, and you know, smile. Life is actually pretty good. Unfortunately, I think a lot of people out there, and we're just talking about in terms of the Twitter stuff, it's a lot of doom scrolling, and they just like blaming people every day and angry over, you know, conspiracies and that kind of stuff.
And free speech is the bedrock of democracy. And if people don't know what's going on, if they don't know the truth, how can you make an informed vote? You must have free speech in order to have democracy. That's why it's the First Amendment. And the Second Amendment is there to ensure that we have the First Amendment.
This idea that I can say whatever I want, whenever I want, be it, you know, if it's lies, be if it's like, we'll just call it adult content, like any number of things, violent content. There's some things you don't necessarily want to spread. There's some things you don't really want your children to see, etc. It doesn't mean that, like, I don't, you know, believe in your right to have freedom of expression, these kind of things. But like, there's limits to this kind of stuff, right? I don't have the freedom to just threaten you. I don't have the freedom just to, like, you know, spread like false rumors about you all day, every day, and then, you know, get people to like, hey, this is their address and stuff like that. Like there's any number of things that I can go over. Like another one would be like false advertising, right? As a company, I don't have a right to just put out fake ads that say, oh, you know, my cars can, you know, drive to Mars and they can fly and can they do all these wonderful things, and et cetera. And then you get to the dealership and like, they can't do any of these wonderful things, right? There's certain limits to freedom of speech. And I always find it so odd that I have to re-explain this stuff over and over again.
This had been said online. There was all of the criticism. There was advertisers leaving. We talked to Bob Iger today.
I hope they stop.
You hope?
Don't advertise.
You don't want them to advertise?
No.
What do you mean?
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go f*** yourself.
But
go f*** yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob, if you're in the audience.
well, let me ask you then.
That's how I feel. Don't advertise.
How do you think then about the economics of X? If part of the underlying model, at least today, and maybe it needs to shift, maybe the answer is it needs to shift away from advertising. If you believe that this is the one part of your business where you will be beholden to those who have this view, what do you do?
F-Y.
And unfortunately, that kind of audience that manifests itself and is also encouraged by people like Mr. Elon or Russian bots, Chinese bots, or whoever's on there. I can tell you guys, I have an account on Twitter, and every time I log in, I have a new follower. And can I also tell you they're not real? I can 100% tell you they're not real because I never tweet out anything from that thing. I just have an account just to read whatever Elon's saying that, you know, for the day, and that's it. And it's always some new hot girl that wants to cuddle. For real, it's a real thing. They're all bots. And so, you know, we're going to see what happens with this stuff. I just wanted to share some thoughts on this. And it really did happen. Elon Musk has really gone full MAGA. He's at the Trump rally. He's given money to Trump, full support. And there's that. And we're watching just sort of in my opinion, like Tesla and all his companies, like the Titanic, slowly hitting that iceberg and going down. Because he's really turning off the original people that, you know, believed in electric cars, clean energy, this kind of stuff, by aligning himself with the Republican Party, which is like against climate change and against and like don't believe that kind of stuff, and the party of big oil. So it's really, really strange. The whole thing is strange, but this is the world that we live in, and we're gonna try to navigate it together. So I appreciate y'all watching. I honestly just want to hear your thoughts and stuff. I'm just kind of blowing off some steam with this, and it's a frustrating world that we live in. So thanks again, and I'll catch you next video.